Roosevelt, 69, offense. He was giving them the business. Go back there. Hold on.
This is the Five Arms and a Lucky Fin podcast.
Welcome to the Five Arms and a Lucky Fin podcast. I'm your host, Brendan McCormick, with my co-host, David Solo, a.k.a. Big Diesel, a.k.a. is for the people are for him. David, it's your birthday today, man.
It is turning 23.
Oh, 23. Viewers and listeners, he's lying to you. For those of you that don't know, he is not 23.
Lying. I'm actually 27.
27. Oh, getting closer there, David. Getting closer.
Yeah, the big 3-1. But that's all right.
Man.
Hey, still young over here.
Still very young.
Hey,
still very
also,
young.
first birthday as a champion.
Hey.
I've never had a birthday
true.
as a champion before.
It's different.
And now I'm a champion. It hits a lot different.
It's a little different now.
Mm-hmm.
Indiana Hoosiers are national champs. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget about that. David, we're talking inside college hoops today. St. John's takes down UConn, handing UConn its first loss in the Big East. Easy. What's your takeaway from that game?
Big win for St. John's. They started the season a bit rough.
Yes.
After having a ton of preseason hype, which you're not really usually expecting for St. John's.
Right. Yeah.
But they never really had that bad of a loss. They did lose to Providence at home in January. But since then, they've rolled off, 10 straight now? UConn was the 9th of that, and then they had an OT win earlier this week against Xavier too. But they are rolling at the right time. It seems like, I'm not really in tune with St. John's, but it seems like they've changed their rotations around a little bit, and they might have a different guy bringing the ball up now than they did earlier in the year. And it seems like things are just gelling a little bit better now.
Yeah.
And they're, you can't ever count out Rick Pitino when you get to March.
Nope.
And if they can continue to win and get a 4 or higher seed, they're going to be really dangerous.
I don't know where to put this team, David. We talk about elite and great teams and good teams. I mean, I want to put them in the area of great. You beat UConn. That means something. That obviously
100%.
means something. Like, that is a great team, and it's hard to beat a Dan Hurley team. And there's times when I watch them, especially if you watch the Xavier game, they were on the ropes. Xavier had them on the ropes towards the end of the game when I was watching it. And I was just like, I can't get a good read. And I see why Pitino has these legendary, post-game interviews with this year's team. He's I don't know exactly what he said, but I mean, it's all over, game day. Every time they have it on Saturday, they throw Pitino's post-game, video conference up there. So it's interesting to me. I can't read this team. I can't read them, David.
Yeah, I can't either, and I don't think Pitino can either. And I think he was always known as a guy who develops guys. Like, think about the guys at Louisville. These weren't 5-star guys like Russ Smith, Peyton Sieben may have been a 5-star. Luke Hancock, Gorgie Jang. Like, these dudes weren't 5-stars, but he kept them in the program for a few years, developed them, so that he's having to change his whole coaching philosophy now that I think like half their team's transfers, half their rotation. So definitely a change up for him, but maybe what it'll take for him is feel out your team in the first part of the season, get them rolling in the second part, which is what looks like they're going to be doing here.
Yeah, it's interesting to me. It's just very interesting to me with these Pitino teams that he's had at St. John's. I feel like every time towards the end of the year, like you say, they gel, and it's just like the perfect mesh and time. And during, when we get our brackets come March, they'll be in March Madness, obviously, unless a debacle happens or something crazy, which I doubt it. But because it's a Patino team, I just don't. I wouldn't know where to put them past the first round. Like they could lose. It's like any other team, but
they
I don't know.
definitely could lose. But I think they're a little bit. They're a little bit less upset worthy this year than they were last year. Part of it is last year they were a 30% 3-point shooting team, which if you get cold and you can't make your shots in March, things can go south quickly.
True.
And they also ran into a buzzsaw in Arkansas, like a 10 seed Arkansas coming out of nowhere with that talent they had. Like, yeah, Arkansas wasn't great all year, but that talent was just better than St. John's.
True.
This year, I think St. John's brought in some big time talent. Seems like they're gelling. 3-point percentage is at 35% this year. That's a huge difference.
That is.
I think they have it in them to make a run this year.
Excited to see what happens. David, the NCAA and the courts must have had some type of meeting because Bediako is deemed ineligible to play further games for Alabama. And this makes me so happy.
Oh, same, dude. It's about time the NCAA wins a court case. I mean, they're like 1 in 2,000 at this point.
It's rough right now.
2 now. They actually got another win today, which kind of ties into this. Connor Hickman. We might as well throw it in here. Connor Hickman,
might as well,
from Charleston, also had a restraining order that the courts granted him at the beginning of the season. Played 20 games this year, and then has been ruled ineligible because they finally had the court hearing, I guess, which kind of crazy that it took that long. But I mean, Bediako got 5 games in too, so it's not like the court system. It's not going fast, but big wins for the NCAA. If the NCAA is going to survive in the future.
Right.
Or whatever iteration there is of college sports tied to universities, there's going to have to be rules in place that can be upheld in a court of law. Because the problem is,
correct,
and we've talked about this, every time the NCAA tries to enforce a rule, the player goes to the court and they say, I don't like this rule, I want to keep playing or whatever.
Yeah.
And the player always wins. So I think it's really important going forward that they have this win, and now they can hopefully use it as a precedent in other cases going forward. The only problem with that is all of this is still at the state level, and state courts are all going to rule on things differently because laws in every state are different.
It's very true. This is very true. I will say, David, the extra year of eligibility and suing the NCAA actually worked out for Indiana and Lewis Moore. So I can't be completely... It didn't?
It never actually went to court. He got the temporary restraining order.
Oh, gee.
And they just kept pushing it off. No one ever, I mean, yes, he got to play by suing.
Yeah.
But they actually never ruled on the case. I think once the season was over, he just dropped it.
Of course he did.
So I got to play every game I needed to. That's all that really matters.
Yeah. Do you think this whole suing the NCAA and all these different court cases, do you think we have COVID to blame for that and giving people COVID years?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't. I think what we have to blame for this is NIL, because before NIL, players were not trying to fight to get an extra year, because to get an extra year meant not getting paid and having to go to school for another year. Now what it means is making $500,000 or $2 million or whatever it is.
Yeah.
For these players that aren't going to make it in the NBA, like a Bediako.
Yeah.
In football, we actually saw it today with Trinidad Chambliss. He actually did get the court to rule in his favor.
Yeah. Very interesting.
It's these guys that can stay in and make a lot of money because they might not have the pro potential like someone like AJ DeBonce is not staying in college. He's not trying to fight for a 5th year. Like, he's going pro after this year.
Yeah.
So Yeah, I mean, I think it's all because of NIL. They're just trying to cash in as long as they can. And I don't blame them for that part. If
No.
I'm Charles Bediako and I can fail out of the G League, G League
Right.
dropout, and go to college and make, let's say, even if his salary for this year was $100,000 to play the last 10 games of the season or whatever it would have ended up being.
Yeah.
If I'm him, like, yeah, that's a no-brainer for me. If they're gonna get me eligible, hell yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
it's
do that.
more. Yeah, and it's more like it's more money than you'll ever make in the G League. Like I think in the G League, unless you're on a two-way,
you're flying private to games. You got nutritionists. Hell, he didn't finish his degree, so it's a perk if he could go back and finish his degree. That always helps in the long run. Like,
well, that was Nate Oates' angle.
I know, and it's such bullshit, dude.
It's so much bullshit. Like Nate,
he knew he had to find an angle.
And this is one of the many reasons why I do not like Nate Oates.
Oh yeah, he's a snake.
Like,
he'll come out and say that the James Najee thing was a problem, and then 3 weeks later take a dude coming from the G League.
And then he had the kahunas to talk about Ole Miss having an overseas player that's played professional and this and that. And I'm like, Nate, just bite the bullet, dude.
I've seen a lot of people making this argument that, there's other professional players who are coming over and they get to play. Yeah. Well, that's not the same as playing, voluntarily leaving because you know the risks of going pro early and then saying, oh, shit, that didn't work out. I actually want to go back. That's way different than trying to come over here from a different country.
Yeah. 100%.
Like these dudes, when they go pro early, they know what they're doing.
That's the point.
They know the rules are in place that if they want to test, if they want to go to the NBA draft, like Bediako did, and then they don't end up getting on a roster, they don't get to come back to college. That's the rule that's in place.
Yeah. I mean, we have rules in place, and as much as people don't want to follow them, like I got to give NCAA their flowers, man. Got to give NCAA their flowers. So we'll be very interesting as many court cases happen in the future, David, and we'll talk about them more. But it's very interesting.
I wonder if this offseason we're going to hear about more guys like Amari Bailey who are still going to try to challenge the courts because who knows? Like we just saw Chambliss get it. Obviously, that's way different than a guy who went pro and came back. But there's always a chance they can win in court. So I wonder if we'll see more names pop up or if this shuts it down completely.
I hope it shuts it down. I mean, this whole thing.
I hope so too, for sure.
It's just ridiculous. Like, it makes me so mad as a person who loves college athletics, especially college football and college basketball. And it's just, we're in a terrible state with college sports, man. It's just become it's frustrating.
The other thing that sucks about all of this around the periphery of the sport with all these court cases is this football season was incredible. This basketball season so far, we're in mid-February. It's been pretty fire. Yeah. This has been one of the best seasons I can remember in the past probably 10 years.
I agree with that.
It has been unbelievable. There's elite NBA talent, and a lot of that is there's a lot of good freshman cast.
I was about to say.
But there's elite NBA talent, and there's been a bunch of ranked unranked matchups which have been fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's just kind of luck of the draw or schedule makers are getting better at determining what games need to happen.
I would say it's partially the portal too, David. Like these other teams I think these other teams that don't have necessarily the brand of a Duke, of a Kansas, of a, trying to think of the other.
Yeah, so you're saying like a team like Nebraska can come out of nowhere.
That's what I'm saying. Like you have these non-huge blue blood brands. I don't even honestly throw Arkansas in there. Like they're not a traditional like great college.
Well, they won a national championship.
I mean, forever ago.
Then Indiana won one forever ago.
We have
Arkansas
not been
was more recent than Indiana's.
Yeah, I know, but it was forever ago.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
But yeah, we got like St. Louis, we got Miami, Ohio,
Yeah.
and even those stories are fun. Like we talked about at the
Yeah.
beginning of the season how last year there were no mid majors who had like there was no Cinderella story last year. And there
Yeah.
might not be one again this year, but we got two really good candidates
we
already,
have
which is a
two
good
great
start.
candidates. We have St. Louis and Miami of Ohio, and they're both undefeated. David, do you think
St. Louis is not undefeated?
they have one loss, undefeated in conference? You know what I mean? Shouldn't have lost that game anyways to Stanford,
Yeah, you're
but
right.
they shouldn't have. That would be a bigger win, and they'd be talked about even more now. But do you think if Miami of Ohio drops 1 or 2, people are saying, especially on our TikToks, that they would not even make the tournament if they have to win their conference tournament. Do you agree with this?
I do not.
I don't either.
If they drop one in the regular season and then drop one in the conference,
It's going to be tight.
they might be out.
They might
But
be.
if because the problem is the rest of their conference schedule is a joke. They play like basically mid to bottom half of the conference the rest of the way.
Oh, well, I don't see them dropping then if they play the.
But if they
bottom
play
of the conference.
Akron in the
Which they probably
conference
will.
tournament, and let's say they lose to Akron in the final, Akron is number 65 in KenPom. That's actually higher than Miami, Ohio.
It's interesting.
So that would be a
about
quad.
the Zips.
That'd be a quad 2 loss, I guess. Instead of if they lose down the stretch to one of these other MAC teams that they're playing, like Eastern Michigan, that's gonna be like a quad 4 loss. Like it's gonna be really bad for the resume.
Okay, maybe they were right in the TikToks. Maybe they were right.
Yeah, they just can't drop one during the regular season, I don't think.
Gotcha. Well, I was wrong. There you go, TikTokers. I was wrong on that. That
But
is
hey,
very interesting.
Who knows? The bubble is not really that strong this year.
Who's on the bubble right now?
The season has been really fun. Let's just go by bracket matrix. Last 4 teams in.
Yeah.
Texas has a million losses, don't they?
That's what I was about to say. Texas.
Hold up.
Don't they have 10 losses?
They're 15-9.
Okay, I was close without looking.
All right, so Texas, Santa Clara, big game that coming up.
Yes,
San Diego State and Mizzou.
Okay. Interesting.
And then the first 4 teams out are Ohio State, Cal, Oklahoma State, and New Mexico. That's not a strong bubble.
No, those last 4 are that are pretty weak. The only one that I would consider that's pretty solid is probably Oklahoma State.
And didn't they just lose?
They beat BYU. I don't know if they just lost.
Didn't they just lose by 50?
Did they really?
Well, they lost by 40 to Arizona on Saturday, and then they lost to Arizona State a couple days ago. So
that's not good.
I mean, bracket matrix isn't the best at updating every day, so they might not even be on the bubble anymore.
Jeez, man, it's getting pinched. Got to hold that bubble strong. Got to hold them strong. David, what a rivalry matchup we had this past Saturday for Duke and North Carolina. North Carolina wins it at the buzzer with a 3 in the corner, down by several points, march their way back. What a game and what a shot attempt. Cam Boozer still dropped 24, 10 to 21, still pretty efficient. Caleb Wilson dropped 23, 8 to 12. And Seth Trimble dropped 16. What a game.
What a game. Yeah. I mean, I watched this whole thing, and there were multiple points where I was like, we could probably flip over now because Duke's just holding like a 8 to 12 point lead the entire game. I flipped over at one point too. But then North Carolina starts like cutting into it a little bit. You turn it back on, and honestly, Duke just didn't score down the stretch. Like North Carolina obviously hit some big shots. They hit the shot to win it, basically at the buzzer, double court storm. But Duke just didn't hit anything down the stretch. And I think that's what caused them to lose more than anything.
The viewers and listeners are going to get mad about this, David, but I'm not high on North Carolina.
Oh, I'm incredibly low on North Carolina. I think North Carolina being ranked like 12th or whatever they are now,
Yeah.
11th, after beating Duke is ridiculous. And they lost to Miami since this game happened.
I think it's a little
They're
bit of a
just-
brand bias,
100%. 100%.
you know?
And, they had a big
Like-
win. Good for them. Sorry.
Yeah. You go.
But,
I'm hacking too.
yeah, just all this talking, dude. Yeah, I mean, they don't have that many big wins. I guess they did beat Kansas, Kentucky, and Duke. That's kind of a blue blood murderer's row right there.
I don't
but
know.
yeah,
They don't
no,
pass
I'm with
my
you,
eye
and-
test. Like, I'm higher on
Yeah,
Texas Tech than I am North Carolina.
No, I agree with you, and it doesn't seem like they've got dudes.
No.
Like you can just watch a basketball game and be like, yeah, that team's got the guys. North Carolina, I don't see it.
I don't see it at all. Maybe I'm just like
Caleb
I don't
Wilson
know.
is awesome.
But
he's
breaking news.
incredible.
He's gone.
Well, maybe
he's gone.
Maybe
Well, pretty much.
because
we
what's
don't
crazy,
know.
I know you were watching the Miami game too.
Yeah.
The Miami game when they played them a couple days ago.
Yeah.
He goes out for a couple minutes and he comes back with his entire left hand taped, and you're like, oh,
what's going on?
The whole thing being taped is a bit weird, but maybe it's just precautionary. No, broken hand.
I mean, that takes some kahunas.
But he played with it once, and you know what's crazy?
Huh.
This dude broke his hand. I can only imagine how much pain he was in.
I know.
In the middle of February at Miami, this dude comes back with it taped up. But Darren Peterson can't play the second half of any game he's ever played. Are you kidding me?
Baby. DNP.
DNP. Darren Peterson, DNP. That dude refuses to play, and Caleb Wilson's out here putting it on the line.
You don't think that's gonna hurt his draft stock? Like that's what's wild to me.
Dude,
like,
the
I
thing
feel
with
like
Peterson is he's so smooth.
I know, but like he refuses to play basketball.
I'm with you. I'm with you. He hates basketball.
Like, wouldn't that like be a red flag if I am a
You would
scout
think, dude,
of an
but
NBA?
in the NBA, guys don't play every game either.
I
They're
know.
going to be like, this guy fits in with our culture.
Load management.
Yeah, that's all he's doing.
Oh, I can't. with
But yeah,
that.
Caleb Wilson, he toughed through it once. He might be able to again, because if they lose him,
Big blow.
it's not great if they lose him.
And the committee has to take that into account, right? Like they would drop several seeds, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, if he were to be
If
ruled
they're-
out for the season, they would have to evaluate how they think North Carolina stacks up against the field without Caleb Wilson. They can't. At that point they can't consider everything they did with him.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting where North Carolina lands on the bracket. David, there was a absolute battle in the Big Ten as well on Saturday. We had Illinois go up against Michigan State. Michigan State ends up winning in Lansing 85-82. This was an absolute Big Ten battle, overtime matchup. And I am struggling with this Illinois team. They're so high, then they're low, and then they're high. And East Lansing is a very tough place to play, not taking that away from them. And they still put up a very solid performance. But I feel like there's times, especially late in games, where they just fold.
Yeah, it does seem like every close game they've been in this year, they've lost. So they're either going to blow you out or they're going to lose close.
Which is interesting.
Which, I mean, I guess it makes for a fun game for them either way.
Yeah. I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, Michigan State, Jeremy Fears with 26 points and 15 assists. I mean, that dude's making a case for Big Ten Player of the Year.
He's also making a case to be,
the
picking people in the privates. Yeah, it's getting on that line, David. It's getting on that line, and
it is. I love every second of it. We need villains in the sport. We need villains.
We do, but like, come on, man. Like, that's not necessary. You're not Dylan Brooks. You're not Grayson
trying to be.
Allen.
He's
I
trying to
know, but he's not, man. Why is he trying to go to that side? We do need more villains. He's a heck of a ball player, but I mean, he's gonna be looked at a little bit more from the referees. Zebras don't like that type of action, David. They don't like the type of action that goes
You're
on
right.
from that. So, but
what do you think about the end of this game? It's a 3-point ball game. Michigan State tries to throw it in, turns it over in the corner. Keaton Wagler's got the ball in the corner. There's maybe 7 seconds left.
Yeah.
He passes it up. He's their star player. He passes it up. There was a guy right on him, but he passes it up. How do we feel about that?
I don't think it was the wrong decision, but you got to give it back to him.
Yeah,
like he's
I
got to
agree.
pop back out because he was in the corner, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And it would have been
Like,
a
I
contested
wouldn't-
shot. It would have been tough.
Yeah. You got
I
to
don't know
pop
that there
out
was
like
time to get back to him, though, is the problem. It's almost like either you got to just make something happen or you're giving up the shot.
then I would fake one way and go the other, or like do something, or like a fadeaway shot.
Yeah,
like
no, I think
create
he should have shot it.
space.
He should have
Yeah.
shot it.
Like
The thing is, though, in that game, he was 2 for 16.
oh, by golly, was he really?
Yeah, 0 for 8 from 2 and 2 for 8 from 3. And actually, but right
He
before
was.
that steal, he made a 3 to make it to the 3-point game. So, I mean, he was coming off a make.
on him.
I think he should have shot it. I think he just got a little scared because he wasn't shooting very well that night.
I think besides Flemings, DeBonza, and Peterson, he's up there for me. He's
100%.
got it. Like Wagler, like
I think he's a top 7 freshman.
he just has that gene, like we talk about some guys that just have it. He has that competitive edge and wants to play basketball first.
You know the crazy thing about him?
And he
Not a
reclassified,
5-star.
right? Oh,
He was ranked like 120th in the class or something like that.
got that dog in him.
Yep.
Got that dog. Can't teach that. Man. David, we talked a little bit about this team, but Miami, Ohio goes into Marshall and beats them 90-74 on the road. I mean, it was a Sun Belt team, but this Sun Belt team's 11-3, David. And Marshall and the Thundering Herd in conference. Like, that's a good win.
Marshall not 11-3 in conference, but
that's what I have on ESPN. Am I wrong?
Marshall is 7-4 in conference.
Oh, 11-3 at home. I'm so sorry. You're
okay.
Right.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry.
But yeah, I mean, it was at Marshall in a game. It was the MAC Sun Belt Challenge. Of course, everybody knows about the MAC Sun Belt Challenge in mid-February.
Yeah.
Everybody's favorite challenge. But yeah, this was the toughest game left on their schedule, and they killed them. They got out to a big early lead and never looked back. It's good to see. I want this story to keep going on.
Another team that keeps popping up on my radar, David. Houston goes into BYU and beats them 77-66. And Emmanuel Sharp and Flemings, of course, had their 19-14, but it was really even scoring for the Cougars, the Houston Cougars, not the BYU Cougars, from Scenic and Tugler. Yeah, I mean, they have the same mascot. That's kind of odd, but I mean, this Houston team, David, just gets better. They get better every game. They've only dropped one in conference, and that was the Tech here in Lubbock as they were on the road. And there was several questionable calls that leaned the Red Raiders' way, in my opinion. But I mean, they just look motivated, and they're hitting a different gear right now. This BYU team is, in my opinion, they're great, but they're struggling at a bad time. At a very bad time right now. You had the Saunders who went 1 for 8 the whole game. That's not what he does. I mean, 1 of 6 from 3. The guys can shoot the lights out, and that's not what he needs to do because Wright dropped 17 and DeBonza had 28. I mean, DeBonza is going to get you high 20s almost every game, in my opinion, David. It's just Wright and Saunders has to do their thing, and they got to play defense. We talked. You texted me like, do they believe in defense? I was like, apparently not. They don't play much defense.
Yeah. I mean, I read off the scores they had given up recently last week, and it was all like the 80s and the 90s. BYU wins again against Baylor this week, gives up 94, and yeah, Houston only scored 77 on them, but Houston doesn't play the quickest pace, so that's still a lot for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Houston, it's kind of like what we were talking about with St. John's, but even more extreme. Like Kelvin Sampson, in the past few years, gets his teams playing their best ball down the stretch and into March.
Yeah.
And that's what the best coaches do. I mean, there's always been the joke, January, February, Izzo, April. It's like, because that Tom Izzo's going to have his team playing good ball in March. And I think that's the mark of a good coach. And Kelvin Sampson has shown that over the past few years, and it seems like they're headed that way again. And I like them a lot. I think they might be like my third favorite for the Natty right now.
They're my second favorite. I said Michigan, so I'm sticking with that, but I'm high on Houston right now.
I don't even think Michigan's in my top 5 right now.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Getting a little disrespectful. Another question that I have for you, David, is I mean, I'm not a Wolverine fan. I could care less if they lose.
I know.
Why does the Purdue Boilermakers and Braden Smith just like to play dangerous with every game that they play?
Have you considered that maybe it's because they're not very good?
I just think they are good.
Are they?
I don't think it's. I've been trying to
lose to Oregon over the weekend.
I know they did. They
were up like 17 with 2 minutes left against Nebraska and tried to lose it.
I just think Smith needs to score the ball and stop trying to break the all-time assist.
I agree with that
record.
You texted me the other night during the Nebraska game, and you were like, he could average 27 if he just shot the ball instead of trying to get assists all the time.
Stroke.
And it's so true because he is the best player on that team by far. So every time he passes the ball, naturally he's passing it to a worse player. He needs to just take the ball. He's got that like elbow jumper, fadeaway jumper.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Like Chris Paul-esque. Yeah, come off the screen at the top of the key, get to the elbow and just pull up. He's got that. He's automatic from there.
Yeah,
but you're right. He loves to pass the ball.
Why?
He's got to get the all-time assist record.
And this is where it's hard for me on my bracket when I see it. When I see it in March, is like, is he going to be scoring, or is he going to be the passing version?
Yeah.
What version am I going to get? And I'm pretty sure Purdue fans feel the same way. And I could care less about Purdue being an Indiana fan. It makes me laugh. And my hot take earlier in the season saying they would go undefeated. That was a great.
Little did you know they'd have a 3-game losing streak at some point this year.
Yeah. I'm struggling with this Purdue team, man. And but when Smith is scoring, they can't lose. Like, they're hard to beat. I just don't know where to put them.
100%. I still think they're really good, and it's really going to come down to how the role players play in March. Because Braden Smith, would we like him to shoot more if they're going to,
he's going to get you 20 and 10 if he wants to, though. If he wants to get those 20 points.
Exactly, but he needs to be able to get the 10. He needs the guys shooting the lights out when he passes them the ball. He needs Fletcher Lawyer to be making threes. He needs Trakoff and Ren to finish around the rim. And, I mean, Lawyer went 4 for 17 the other night against Nebraska from 3. Why is Fletcher Lawyer shooting 17 threes?
He's Danny Green. He's hot.
What are we doing, dude? Once you get to, I don't know what he started, but let's say he started 2 for 11. Stop shooting, dude. We don't need you to shoot anymore.
You know who it reminds me of? And it's probably one of my – I'm not going to say this. I am going to say it, actually. It's probably one of my least favorite Hoosiers, Devontae Green.
Fletcher Lawyer reminds me of Devontae Green.
Here's why. Because they always just shoot it. They always shoot it.
I mean, that's true, but –
I mean, Lawyers goes in more than Greens, but –
Devontae Green was a loose cannon. At least Lawyer's spotting up. Devontae Green was bringing the ball down and just chucking it. I love Devontae Green. What's your problem with Devontae Green?
He was a chucker, man. He drove me
Great.
crazy. He drove me crazy.
Dude, during that era, we had no one who could shoot.
I mean, when he was on, like it elevated the team by so much.
Yeah, dude. There was that one
Well,
Florida State game where he scored like 35. Incredible.
Yeah. But when he was off, oh man, David. It was anyways, I'm not going down that rabbit hole. But
my favorite Devontae Green
wrong.
memory, I went to the game when Indiana played at Seton Hall.
Okay.
This dude loses his shoe mid-play while on defense.
Yeah.
Seton Hall player, I don't know what happens, but Devontae Green takes his shoe and hits the ball with it and strips it loose. It was incredible. I've never seen somebody use their shoe as a defensive prop.
Yeah, I mean,
you got to find that clip and make a.
I'll make a reel of it. Yeah. That's funny.
Awesome.
St. Louis still stays undefeated in conference. In conference, they did have one loss to Stanford. They are 23-1. David, they beat LaSalle by 24 points. What a win, real quick. Pretty even scoring from their big three. So
they do have a few big games coming up.
What games are those? I'm assuming
VCU, Dayton, and George Mason. All
that
three.
Is right. Yes.
Those are three of the top teams in the A10.
Yes, those are big. Those are big wins if they can get them.
Oh yeah, but they've already beaten VCU and Dayton this year. They haven't played.
Where's VCU at on your bracket buster, whatever bracketology? Are they way out?
They've got. I mean, this thing aggregates a bunch of brackets and puts it together. They are currently listed in one bracket as in the field.
Oh Lord. Okay.
And for context, there's 111 brackets on here.
Oh gosh. I still think if they have the power to make it, that they could beat someone in March. I think they could upset someone.
I think VCU absolutely could win the conference tournament and be dangerous. I agree. Their losses this year, just to read them off really quick.
Yeah.
Utah State, who's very good, 21-3.
We talked about them. Yeah.
Yep. NC State, who we need to talk about them actually really quick after this. Okay. I know they weren't on our rundown, but we need to talk about them.
I love my guys, the Wolfpack.
Losses were Utah State, NC State, Vandy, New Mexico, St. Louis, and George Mason. All of those very respectable losses, other than maybe George Mason. That was on the road, though. VCU, pretty solid.
Yeah. That's pretty solid all the way around.
But, I just want to bring up NC State really quick before we move on to whatever's next.
Oh, we talked about that via text.
These guys allowed 118 points in a regulation college basketball game?
Yeah. Not the best look for Will Wade.
How?
I don't know. I really don't at this point. I've defended them the whole year, David. Just let loose on them. Just let loose.
I mean,
it's okay.
Louisville shot 60% from the field,
which doesn't help, but
no, but they're the ones allowing them to shoot 60% from the field. Michael Brown had 45 points.
Oh, jeez.
Made 10
Is
threes.
Louisville just that good, though? I'm going to reverse this.
I mean, they haven't been that good lately. Dude, 4 games ago, 4 games before that.
Yeah.
Louisville scored 52 on Duke.
Where are they at in our Buster bracket predictor here?
You just got to get the name right.
What's it called again?
Bracket Matrix.
Bracket Matrix. There we go. I like that name.
Louisville is a 6 seed, if that's what you're asking about.
What about the Wolfpack? Are they even in it?
7. They're the last 7 seed.
They better get it together. You can't be having.
You're not joking, dude. They do need to get it together.
Like, you can't have 40-point losses at this time of the year. I still have my championship bet with them.
Games coming up too. Dude, you should have cashed that out a long time ago.
Well, I need to see
the other day. I looked the other day. The cash out option was $1.91.
Well, I'm letting it ride, baby. Let it ride. Will Wade the pack. Let's go pack. No, I'm still high on Darian Williams. I still have flashbacks. I think about him in a Texas Tech jersey probably every game that I've gone to this year. So I have season ticket holder for Texas Tech basketball because I live in Lubbock. But it's I just wish he would have stayed. I really do. I miss the guy, and he's a great basketball player. And hopefully they can get it together because they gotta do something. 40 point loss. You can't be having that time of the year. David, probably the game of the week. Big Monday. Kansas defeats Arizona 80-78 without DMP, Darren Peterson. And the Arizona coach said he did not want to make it about. This isn't about Peterson. They're still a very good team. Do you agree with that, David?
I do, of course.
Okay.
Kansas is 19-5, and this dude's barely played basketball.
Yeah, I mean, is the most amount of minutes he's played was against Texas Tech? Because I think it is. I think he played 26 minutes.
No, he's played like 35 a few times.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, since that BYU game where he sat out the entire second half, he played 35 against Tech and 33 against Utah, and then sat out against the number one team in the country at home on Big Monday.
Yeah. What a time to sit out there, on national television.
Unbelievable.
And arguably one of the biggest matchups of the season. I mean, jeez. Oh man. Oh wow. Let's talk about the
big win, though. That was a big win.
Yeah. No, it was. I mean, I'm gonna botch his name because I always do. Badunga.
Flory Badunga.
Badunga. Thank you. Badunga. That's a hard name. Badunga. Should know that because he played an hour away from where I grew up in high school basketball. But anyways, shout out Kokomo. Yeah. He had 23 points, David. Pretty efficient. 8 of 11. Wish he was in a huger uniform. 10 rebounds. I mean, it was pretty even scoring. Tiller dropped 18. I mean, just all around pretty efficient from the Jayhawks. I mean, pretty efficient.
Yes, from every Jayhawk except for one.
I know which one you're gonna say.
Melvin Council?
Yeah, Melvin Council.
Dude went
25.
25.
Yeah, that's
And then he had he had a funny post game quote where he was like, "I didn't know I shot that much. 6 for 25." And then Badunga was like, "Yeah, dude, we're trying to tell you to pass the ball." Just good old teammate razzing.
Yeah. Is it time for the Arizona Wildcats to be looked at a little bit more? Are they a little suspect? I don't think so. I think Kansas Jayhawks just had a good old game plan.
Yeah, no, I don't think of Arizona as suspect at all. Bill Self on Big Monday at Kansas is 39-0 now. He's never lost a game against a ranked team at home, I think I saw.
Jeez.
There's no way. Just insane stat. Well,
maybe top 10.
I think it was ranked. They don't lose at home. They don't lose at Fog Allen. And I mean
they don't, but
they won the Big 12 14 years in a row. So they weren't losing much.
Yeah. That's insane.
But yeah, I still think Arizona is really, really good. Yeah. It's not like they got blown out and we saw a bunch of flaws. No, they held in a tight game on the road in a raucous environment against a really good team. And I think it's good to lose. I think it's hard to be an undefeated team like Arizona. And you get down to the last few games of the season and you've got all this pressure on you to stay perfect. I think this might take a little weight off their shoulders. Hey, play free.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about the undefeated thing now. Let's go win a natty.
I mean, I do feel like that might actually be a reverse. You're right. It might actually help them down the road. That's very interesting.
Really, really tough schedule down the stretch, though.
So I was more impressed. I I was more impressed with Kansas was my takeaway on that.
Agreed.
I think this was a big statement for Kansas around the nation. I mean, beating the number one team, obviously, without your best player, like that's a lot to say. So I'm interested to see where Kansas moves forward, though, if they drop a little bit or if they continue to win and perform the way they have been. So I'm intrigued.
Guess we'll see if Darren Peterson plays.
Speaking of the Big 12, David, Texas Tech beats Colorado 78-44, and then their coach kind of goes off on a little tangent in the post game. Wants to apologize to the whole city of Boulder, he said, and then the whole university, and then was basically ashamed and just didn't know what to say really in the post game besides that he was absolutely embarrassed. Is that something to be embarrassed about, or was Texas Tech just that good?
Well, I think scoring 44 points, you should be embarrassed, of course.
Okay, that's valid. Yeah.
It's one thing to get blown out. Maybe it's a shootout and the other team gets super hot and you just can't keep up with them.
Yeah.
Kind of like Louisville, NC State.
Okay.
Louisville hit every shot, it seems like. You end up losing by 41. Whatever. It is what it is. It happened. You score 44 points and it's like, what are we doing here? Like, we got to figure some stuff out.
Yeah.
But,
for sure.
I mean, Colorado's having a tough year.
Yeah. I mean, there's no
4-8.
There's no denying it. But he was real. Coach was real. In the post game, it was very.
Yeah.
I couldn't help but laugh a little bit. I mean, Texas Tech beat him that bad to make a coach, get that upset. So, he wanted to take a commercial flight instead of a private flight, David.
I wonder if he made him do it.
I doubt it, but
hell, he could put him on a bus. That's not that far of a drive.
It's like 8
exactly. Put him on a bus. It's not like you're driving from Bloomington to Oregon.
That's valid. That's very valid. Speaking of the Red Raiders, though, David, they play Arizona on Saturday at 5:30 Central, 6:30 Eastern. Right now, Arizona is favored by 9.5 points. Are you taking the Red Raiders in this upset? Are you taking the Wildcats at home to dominate?
I will be putting a responsible amount of money on the Wildcats to cover the 9.5.
Oh, here we go. I'm on the opposite. I will take the 9.5 with Texas Tech. That's funny.
9.5's a lot for a team like Texas Tech to be getting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But we just talked about how I think Arizona coming off a loss is a good thing for them. They return back home. Yeah. It is a big game that they can still get up for. It's not like they have a letdown game after losing that game on Monday. I really like Arizona.
It'll be a really good game.
And it's revenge, right? Oh, no. Wait, no.
No, not revenge. It's
Texas Tech beat Houston. Sorry.
Yeah.
These conferences are too big. I can't remember who's in them.
They are very big. Another matchup, we were talking about the Jayhawks a little bit earlier, David. Kansas goes into Iowa State. Iowa State's favored by 5.5. The Cyclones are getting. I would definitely take Kansas plus 5.5. Even though I'm going to go to Iowa State's probably a very weird place to play, and that place is going to be rocking.
Yeah, Iowa State, tough place to play. Big game against Kansas, top 10 team. Kansas coming off a big win, could be a little bit of a letdown. And Iowa State coming off of a loss. Maybe they come out fired up. I'm
going to keep my eye on that one. That's very interesting to me, that matchup, State, only because
I can't get a good read on.
Me either. That's what I mean. Like, I'm not going to jump on them like I did with football. I'm not doing it. I am not doing it this year.
They have 3 losses, all on the road. They lost by 21 to Kansas already this year. And then they lost at Cincinnati and at TCU earlier this week. So they're taking care of business at home. They beat Purdue earlier this year. They beat St. John's. Like, they've got some good wins.
Uh-huh.
But they also have a couple suspect losses. So it's hard to read them because, I mean, they've been ranked in the top 10 basically ever since they beat Purdue. But also, they're not really a team I've watched much because they haven't had any high-profile games outside of that Purdue game. So I'm actually really excited to watch them play against Kansas.
So am I. So am I. Another top 25 matchup, David, in SEC country. Kentucky goes into Florida. Florida's favored by 11.5. So that's a lot of points. Florida's hitting the right streak right now. They are red hot. Red hot. The Florida Gators are. I'm very high on them right now.
I am too. They have had a great front court all year, but it seems like their back court is finally figuring out their place on the team, and I think that's huge. I think they're gonna win the SEC, and I really like them in this game against Kentucky too.
Yes, same. Last game I want to talk about on our look ahead, David, is Gonzaga and Santa Clara mid-major matchup. Pretty big one in my opinion. I mean, Santa Clara's almost in a must-win for the bracket. Gonzaga's favored by 3.5, David, on the road.
Interesting one.
Yes.
I think I really like Santa Clara here.
I do too, and I don't like how we're both on that angle, but
yeah, Gonzaga's been a bit shaky lately. I mean, since that Portland loss, they've blown out 2 opponents, but
but again, it's their conference, David. We talk about this
actually their last 2 games were against Pac-2 opponents, Oregon State and Washington State.
Oh, Lord have mercy! Stop it.
But yeah, I mean, those 2 teams are basically at the same level as the WCC. But yeah, I like Santa Clara here. A little bit of a revenge spot from earlier this year, and like you said, they absolutely need this game. Santa Clara, one of the only teams on the bubble with a quad 4 loss. They lost to Loyola Chicago earlier this year.
Jeez.
Loyola Chicago is one of the worst stories in the sport ever since Sister Jean died. They're one of the worst programs. Yeah, they need her apparently.
Is Valentine still the coach there, or is it someone else?
It's really? Yeah, he's probably gonna get fired though, right?
Yeah,
they're
I would
so
imagine
bad.
After this year, he's probably gonna get canned. Yeah, not a good look.
They're 6-19.
Yeah, it's not. That's not.
But one of those wins is against Santa Clara.
That's wild. That's wild. Huh. Before we wrap it up, David, I got a question for you and a hypothetical about this Alabama and Bediako. People are saying that Alabama should be stripped of their wins while Bediako is playing. What do you think of that?
This is tough.
It's tough. That's what I mean. That's why I asked.
This is tough. Do you strip them of their wins and their losses?
Do you? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they did do it in defiance of the NCAA because the NCAA said he was not eligible, and the court granted him a restraining order to allow him to play.
I know my answer, but
I think they should strip them of the wins and they should not count toward their resume.
Correct. That's the right move. I'm curious to see what happens with that if they actually do it.
This happened. Do you remember this? James Wiseman goes to Memphis. He is ruled ineligible by the NCAA before the first game of the season because Penny Hardaway paid for his moving expenses.
Correct.
Do you remember this?
Yes, I do remember
this. But they still played him in that first game, even though he was ruled ineligible.
I did not know that he actually played.
I don't remember what happened from that, though. I remember it being a big deal. Man, he's had a bad NBA career, huh? Wow. He's on the Pacers. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did know that.
That's crazy. Wow.
That's funny.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to search this quickly, but here we go. Okay. He was ruled ineligible because of $11,000 in moving expenses. He got granted a temporary restraining order, allowing him to keep playing. 2 hours after that, he had 17 points in a win against USC.
Did anything happen or not?
2 weeks later, the NCAA ruled that Wiseman would be eligible to return after a 12-game suspension. But I don't know if those wins were vacated. It doesn't really say.
That's interesting.
But yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of precedent for this. Different situation, obviously, but it's tough because the court technically allowed him to play.
Yeah.
And so if let's just say hypothetically, Alabama gets their wins stripped of them this year. And let's say they don't make the tournament because of that. And then Alabama is like, this is bullshit.
Gosh.
We actually were allowed to play this guy because the court said so, and they sue. Now we're in a whole shitstorm. Where's that go?
So
with a member institution suing, actually the school itself suing the NCAA? That seems like an absolute mess.
They'll still make the tournament regardless, but I think it's going to hurt them.
They will, but But think about the other teams, like the teams they beat, who could, that theoretically could have been a win. It's not like Bediako he's the greatest player of all time. He wasn't doing a lot.
He scored 5 points against A&M.
He was helping their front court depth too, which they don't have a lot of front court depth. So, it's better to have him than not, obviously, for them. But yeah, I think they should be stripped. I say, why not? If we're stripping Rick Pitino's wins because he had strippers on campus, we should be vacating some wins here because they had an ineligible player on the floor.
Dang straight.
One is on the court, one is off the court. The one on the court should be vacated well before the one off the court.
Yeah. I'm with you.
All right, cool. We agree on this. I like that.
We agree. For once. That's kind of I agree probably 35-40% of the time, I would say.
Yeah, something like that.
We appreciate you guys tuning in, listening, watching, wherever you're from. We appreciate the support. Go to our YouTube, 5 Arms and a Lucky Fin. Subscribe, comment, and like. Our latest interview with Bryce Cage dropped. And then we'll be dropping our national championship episode and recapping the Indiana Hoosiers national championship game and run. We'll be dropping that next week, so stay tuned. Go to our TikTok, Instagram, and X, 5LF Podcast. Follow us. We tweet a lot. We breaking news also on there. So give us a follow. Your guys' support means the world to us. So more than you know. And also go to Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Give us a review, 5 stars, or whatever star you want to. But I prefer 5 stars. Peace. See you in the next one.